What's up, YouTube? Back with another video, and today is a crazy day. Okay, go ahead. I'm filming right now, so I can't really help. Sorry about that, guys. Guys, I really want you to ignore what's going on in that room. I'm going to put my phone under the cover really quick while I get my items for the video. Alright, guys, I don't know if you can hear me, but I have to put it under there so you guys can't hear the yelling and screaming coming from the background. So, yeah, I got my other phone here, you guys. They shut this door, maybe that'll help a little bit. Get this and get this phone. So I want to show you guys what is new in the update. Alright, guys, so we got the iPhones here. Let's go. Okay, guys, it's bad out there. Hopefully you cannot hear it, but let's go. So before I start, iOS 12, oh, my arm, guys. Wow. iOS 12 is, I think, out of date now. We've been getting monthly security updates, but I think they figured themselves out. I keep getting that update Apple ID every time. Sorry, guys. General software update. We're always up to date, and we're getting monthly. I'm talking monthly. Monthly. I'm saying that into every microphone so it can hear me louder. I don't know what one it actually films out of, but I'm saying it that way. Anyway, I think we're like monthly. Like, I was looking at ipsw.me, and my iPhone 6 here is at 4%, but it'll be enough to get us through this. But ipsw.me, if I check this out, let's try and check it out on the 6, I guess, since that's what we're demonstrating with. I wouldn't want to switch to two different ones. Let me make sure this is charged. Yeah, it's charging still. All right, let's go to some ipsw.me. Let's go to this site, and this site will show us when iOS versions have been updated. So, obviously, that's not the purpose, but it will do that. So if you go down to your phone that's on iOS 12 still, for in my case, it's an iPhone 6. Can we get through it with 4%, guys? Let's hope. iPhone 6, we're loading up there. Come on. Oh, my iPhone 5S finally decided to turn on, guys. I swear, I went to my grandma's today, and that whole entire time, it was off. And then right as I walk in the room, it turns on. All right, 4%. Let's do this quick. So as you can see, the current iOS version is 12.5.1. Here's our unsigned IPSWs. And as you can see, with our updates, March, well, these were when it was supported, but November, December, and then January. It was when we started our monthly updates. So, and it's past February. We should have had one last month. And we should be getting one this month. But we're already on the 15th and we haven't got one in the last 2 months. Guys, I think I heard someone scream my name. I'll be right back. Hey guys, update. Someone actually did say that. It's a good thing I checked. What was I on? We haven't got one for the past 2 months, guys, so I'm coming to the conclusion that iOS 12.5.1 might actually be the last software. What do you guys think in the comments below? Honestly, I could think both. They could be preparing another big thing because obviously if some worldwide event happens, again, like Corona or a different virus that requires different stuff than exposure notifications, they will push an update out. This is real life security and health for people. They're going to push out these updates to an iOS device. But like I said, iOS 9 devices do not have this feature. But reasonably, who's using an iPhone? I mean, some people very well could be using an iPhone 5S or 4S in 2020. But they did not push out an update for exposure notifications. So, yeah. But for older iOSs, like iOS 12, they did. No need to push it out for iOS 11 because iOS 11 was not ever a last version of an iPhone. You know what I mean? iOS 11 doesn't really exist anymore. Every iPhone is off of it. It's not like iOS 12 where it's actually a base firmware now for the iPhone 6 and 5S. So as you can see, software update, and 12.5.1 when iOS 12 with these phones, and we cannot update these phones. This is a base firmware for these phones, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah. But as you can see, everything is still kind of the same, but yeah. So that's it with iOS 12. For iOS 14, we have a new update. Let's take a look at that. All right, guys, so for iOS 14, we have a new update. So this phone's still connecting to Wi-Fi. It's never actually been turned on since like 2 o'clock, because it was dead, and I left it charging, so yeah. Let's go to settings. We have Wi-Fi now, so we should be able to complete this. This bug with the update iOS settings thing, it's so stupid. Every time you restart your phone on this new software, it does that. And me plus a lot of other people are actually scared this is a new feature. So for say, it's not. New update came out and this bug was fixed. It was displayed in their notes. I've not installed it yet, so I will not make a video on it yet. But there's many videos on YouTube. Search those up. There's many people doing this. But okay, now that update Apple ID settings just went and now it's gone. But, oh, now it's back. Never mind. But as you can see, each time you'd restart your phone, you'd get this, even if you verified. So what us tech people were thinking is that maybe Apple did make this a new feature, which would not be a cool thing because you'd have to re-sign in to get your stuff syncing again. But what we thought this might be doing is another security feature to where if someone powered your phone off and then powered it back on, they would have to update your settings before they could actually sync your items. I don't personally know what this update Apple ID settings does. I've went without updating this for months, let alone a year on some of my older devices, and it's worked fine. But I'm sure there is deep down something that this does. I will look it up. But deep down, I'm sure there is something that this thing does and why it's there to update. If it wasn't there to not change anything, it wouldn't be there. Probably something with syncing your devices together and uploading your data, etc. etc. Anyway, we have a new update available. So, well, I have it on my main phone. It's downloaded. I still need to install it. I don't have enough battery to. But your average, it comes in at about 276.7 megabytes, depending on which device you install it on. Learning more will just tell you about this update, which is actually blank, which is actually, this might only be my experience, because no one else on YouTube had pointed this out either, like that there wasn't about this update actual section, so maybe there actually isn't, and there's just no more. There should be, though. What? Because there's always an about, but it wouldn't be there. It says learn more. This isn't what's about the update. This is just what it does. That's what is about, like, what comes in it. What? That's weird. Yeah, guys, but what I've heard is that simply only new features would be in the music app and the podcast app. I don't use the Apple Music app because obviously that's not a free service. I use Pandora, but I do use the Apple Podcasts app. I do listen to podcasts on the Apple Podcast, which is obviously free, but I do use that app, and that's getting most of the same updates as Apple Music. But in the podcast app, people were thinking that subscribing to a channel were actually meant like a paid service, like the podcast was a paid service to like subscribe to. And they changed this to prevent further confusion, and now it's just named Follow. So let me see if I can pull up the old version for you quick. This is obviously not my newest phone, so I do not have podcasts on it. You guys know if you have an extra phone, it's for extra. Kind of just like, like when you get 2 monitors. It's just there's one extra monitor there to use. That's just like this phone. I'm going to download podcasts, and this phone's not updated yet. So let me get a side-by-side compare. Oh, I left this on, guys. We're at 1. Let's see how far we can demonstrate into this. Let's go to our podcasts. I don't even think I have it on here. I actually use the sleep timer on podcasts to listen to my tech podcasts and stuff at night and stuff. It's pretty cool. I've been doing that really recently. And there it went. It died. But this one's ready to open, so let's check out my 5S here. You guys know I cannot unplug this, but we'll deal with it. So I do not have oh. I wonder what my friend actually had on this phone as podcast, if they even use podcasts. Wait, what? Library? Well, this is on my Apple ID now, so it wouldn't show. That's good. But say I'm listening to my podcast. The ones I listen to. Now, as you can see, it has the same bubbly buttons, I could say, as the newer iOS's, but the newer iOS's are way cooler. Let me show you why. Just the interface alone is so much better in the newer iOS's. So, go on my podcast. September. Okay, let's just resume that. It's not the same one. But as you can see, I'm going to be so in a mess trying to figure out what podcast I've listened to and etc. But as you can see, there's big UI changes with the Podcasts app. The newer iOS's will display a cool little background. So whatever the person's little profile picture is for their podcast will manner in the back of it as well. And it will slightly change colors. So that's really cool. We're iOS 12 here. We just got a normal continue playing. We don't have a massive resume button. On here, we just got to continue playing. Well, you don't hear anything. Yeah, volume's up. See, that just took way longer to even listen on the older OS. But that's the same with the music. It's a little different. So if I click here, now it says unfollow. Wait, I didn't even update this phone yet. Okay, well, the person on YouTube that I did watch, credits to Brandon Butch and Zolotech, those two people, for some of these leaks. But this is really weird because Brandon Butch was making a video about these, and this is actually the same. So he was talking probably about the last beta, like 2 betas ago, or something like that. But yes, it was actually subscribe. Let's see if my sister's iPhone's way behind on. I always update my softwares, period, guys.